Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching, and welcome back or welcome to the channel. My name is Michael Blair, and I'm sponsored by AGL Discs. On this channel, I do all things to try and grow the sport of disc golf because it is one of my favorite games to play. Today, we're going to do a short in the bag. I'm going to give a little description on some of the discs that I use and that are going to be making the bag this year. And I will be doing another series where I actually play the course so you can see how I actually use the discs and how they fly for me. But today is just going to be a quick breakdown. I'm not going to get into too much detail about the discs and what I use them for because that will be later on when I describe how I use each of the discs. So without further ado, let's get into it. Those of you that have been around for a while know that I've been putting with these for a long time. This is the RPM Discs Ruru in the Magma Hard Plastic. It's got a small bead and it's the perfect combination for me of grip and slickness. And I love these. It's great for putting. And I've had them for many, many years now. Next up is putt and approach. We will go from most overstable to most understable. Starting off, the RPM Discs Kia in the Atomic Plastic. This is basically your overstable approach disc. This is going to be like a zone. Next up, from AGL Discs, we have the AGL Discs Maple in the Woodland Plastic. Now, Woodland is a regrind of Nexus plastic. AGL Discs is now manufactured by Innova, so it's 100% recycled plastic, and they plant a tree every time you order a disc. So pretty cool, and all of their discs are named for trees. So this is your straight to overstable driving putter. I can throw it hard, and it's going to fade at the end. Next up, we have the AGL Disc Koa in the Woodland Plastic. This is you can shape anything with it. If you throw it on a steep hyzer, it's going to hold that hyzer. Throw it flat, it's going to be point and shoot, maybe even a touch of hyzer. And if you throw it on anhyzer and give it some height, it's going to hold that anhyzer line. So a do-it-all driving putter. Next up, we go to the mids. First one is pretty much utility only, and this is an AGL Discs Beach. This is the old Alpine plastic, and this is when AGL was manufactured by Gateway. As I mentioned, they are now manufactured by Innova, so you can no longer get this except on the used market, but this is basically utility force over shots with the mid-range. Next up, the RPM Discs Kotaku in the Atomic Plastic, and this is going to be your straight with finish disc. Throw it flat and hard, and it's going to finish for you. Great for use in the wind. Next up is another disc that you can no longer get, and it was and probably is still my favorite mold that AGL has made, and that is the AGL Disc Spruce. This is in the Alpine Hemp Plastic. Again, this is when it was made by Gateway, and this is a buzz. It just goes straight. It's amazing. That being said, AGL did just come out with a new disc, the Juniper, which is right here. Now, this is my team version one. The full release of the Juniper is going to be this coming Monday, the 16th of March. So pick one up at agldiscs.com. And if you want to, use my code MBLAIR05. You'll get 10% off your entire order. So this is in their Alpine Glow plastic, which is a regrind of the Proto Glow Champion plastic made by Innova. This is very similar to the Spruce, except it's a little more understable. This is going to be, throw it on a hyzer, it's going to flip up and just ride out and hold straight. And then the last two mid-ranges I have are these Emily Weatherman Tour Series Foxes in the Proto Glow Halo Champion plastic. And these are going to be my hyzer flip to turn mid-ranges. So that is the mids. Next, fairway drivers. The first two, we've got the Miles of Disc stamped AGL Discs Elm, and we've got the Claire Husey Team AGL stamped Elm, and these are in the Alpine Plastic, which is a regrind of Champion plastic. And this is going to be your overstable, like your Firebird, although I would say these probably fly closer to a Sexton Firebird than a true Firebird, so they've got a little bit more push forward before they have a nice hard fade. But they can still be used for flex shots. Next up, the RPM Discs Tahiti in the Atomic Plastic. This one's got a good amount of dome to it. It's got a good amount of glide. This one I just throw straight, and it's going to hold for a long time with a little bit of fade at the end of it. Next up, going down in stability, this is point and shoot, but still with some stability and still something I can trust in the wind. And that is the Scott Stokely Robbins in the Mesoplastic. Mesoplastic is a very, very flexible plastic. It's champion-like, but very, very flexible. And these are going to be thrown on hyzer. They're going to flip up. They're going to ride straight. And then they're going to have just a little bit of fade at the end. So these are essentially point and shoot, but they've got just a little bit more fade than the next one that I'm going to be talking about, which is the AGL Discs Sycamore. This is once again a disc that you can no longer get. You can only get it on the used market. This was in the old Alpine plastic as well. And this is hyzer flip to flat, and it's going to ride out, and it's going to have very, very little finish at the end. If I throw it flat, it's going to have a little bit of turn, and then it's going to finish a little bit straight. In fact, it may even just hold that turn. And then finally, we have my most understable disc, and this is the RPM Discs Pekka Pekka in the platinum plastic, which is bottom stamped atomic plastic. You can see here that is a custom stamp I got. Shout out to 777 Customs for a great job. This disc has been in my bag for 5 years now, and this stamp has barely shown any wear and tear. You can see there's a little chipping there, but really good quality. So there's that. And this is going to be hyzer flip to turn, or this is going to be my high and hyzer shots, or roller disc. And then finally, we get to the distance drivers. First one we have Sakotare, which is in the platinum plastic. This is by RPM Discs, again with that custom stamp. This is an overstable beefcake. I can throw this into any wind. I know that's going to go straight, and I know that's going to have a hard finish no matter what. Next up, my favorite discs that AGL makes is the AGL Discs Sequoias, and that is in the polar plastic, which is a regrind of Star. These come out of the box like a beat-in destroyer, and they're absolutely phenomenal. These crush for distance. This one is more overstable. This one, if I throw it on hyzer, it's going to hold that the whole way. If I throw it flat, it's going to go flat, give me a touch of turn, and that's going to have a hard fade. This one, on the other hand, if I throw it on hyzer, it's going to flip up, give a little bit of turn, and still have a hard fade at the end. If I throw it flat, it's going to turn, and then it's going to come out with a nice hard fade, or I can throw it on anhyzer, and it's going to hold that for a while before fighting out at the end. That one is my max distance driver. And then finally, we have two Shrikes here in the Champion Halo plastic. And these are going to be my understable drivers. This is going to be if I have a massive tailwind, I can throw this, and it's going to ride that tailwind. Hyzer flip to turn, and rollers if I absolutely need them. So that is mine in the bag. Again, check out AGL Discs. They're absolutely fantastic. Help out Josh and the team. Use my code MBLAIR05 at agldisc.com for 10% off your entire order. Try some AGL Discs today, and we'll see you out on the course. So in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.